Tonight at 11 o'clock, new information coming in moments ago on Hurricane Ian. The massive storm, a Category 4 by the time it made a direct hit on Florida.
Live pictures from Daytona Beach. The storm has weakened a bit, but its fury is still far from over.
We're going to hear from Eyewitness News anchor Joe Torres in a few moments. He's live in Tampa. But first, Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg with the latest on the storm and tracking what's next. Lee.
All right, Bill and Chad, Ian now inland and punishing the Florida Peninsula, but it's now a Category 1 hurricane, but it's still packing a huge punch. Now, some of the early numbers in, a 7-foot record surge at Fort Myers, 6 foot or more at Naples. When the final numbers come in, just given the pictures, I know we're going to see double-digit surge amounts, 14, 15 feet. The highest wind so far, 140-mile-per-hour gusts at Cape Coral, and flooding rain. Over a foot of rain has fallen north and west of the track, and we'll do a more extensive list during our main weather segment. Of course, Ian made landfall just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon at Cayo Costa. Winds 150 miles an hour. I mean, it's very similar to Charlie in its track and intensity, but it was a much larger storm. And now a Cat 1. It's about 70 miles south of Orlando, and northwest of this track, it is just dumping so much rainfall. Doppler estimates about 1.5 feet just northwest of the track. But you can see, I mean, we're talking, what, 8 hours after landfall, and we're just starting to see the rain intensity lessen near Sarasota. And you think it looks like there's nothing happening near Fort Pierce south and east, but there's still tropical storm force winds and a tornado threat here. Meanwhile, all the heavy rain heading up to Orlando with you get 10 to 20 inches of rain. So this will head to the coast. It won't be offshore until sometime tomorrow afternoon. You see how it's going south and east of Orlando and Daytona Beach. There could be a 3 to 6 foot surge here across parts of northern Florida from Daytona Beach to Jacksonville. And then you can see we're looking at a strong tropical storm landfall here, probably South Carolina coast during the day on Friday. And I bet you we'll wake up tomorrow morning and this will show that we may expect a hurricane to make landfall here on the South Carolina coast, and then tremendous rains head into the Carolinas. After that, we could actually get a piece of this as we go into Saturday, and then the actual remnant low of Ian sometime in the Monday to Tuesday. So it could be a 1-2 punch there, along with extended period of onshore winds. In the meantime, you'll just see some high clouds tomorrow, a little breezy and cool in the 60s. But first, back to Florida. In Tampa, gusts to 66 miles an hour. It's been raining for the better part of 24 hours and up to 4 inches of rain. Joe Torres has seen a lot of that. Joe, what's the situation now in Tampa?
Here, the very latest, Lee. Light rain right now, and we get gusts, gusting winds every now and then, and here comes one right now. The long day in Florida is over. The long night is underway, and the darkness you see behind us, that is a reality for millions of people across the Sunshine State, all thanks to Hurricane Ian. And the question so many are wondering tonight, when will they get that power back? A stunning scene in the inundated Gulf Coast city of Naples. The firehouse and the fire trucks, the home and the equipment of Naples' bravest flooded.
Are you guys okay?
But that did not stop the firefighters from rescuing people trapped in their homes surrounded by a catastrophic storm surge.
When we talk about storm surge and how it kills people, that's how it kills people. Maybe we want to be blunt. I mean, that's people that die in storm surge, people that die in water, it's because they drown.
Don't go out there. It's so dangerous to be out there. So even if you see the water receding, it's not the time to go out there and look at it.
In Fort Myers, the wrath and fury of Hurricane Ian's 150-mile-an-hour winds ripped roofs off homes. In Naples, it wasn't just the waves and water that brought a clear and present danger. Smoke and fire spewed from power lines and utility poles that could not withstand the brute power of a Category 4 storm. In Bradenton, a transformer sparked an orange and then blue explosion. 1.6 million utility customers in Florida are without power after a storm that slammed into Florida's Gulf Coast, powered through Florida's center, and will exit on Florida's Atlantic coast.
We don't know how much debris is going to be, but there's going to be debris, and that's going to make it very difficult to navigate some of these roads.
Be there to help you clean up and rebuild, to help you get Florida get moving again.
Now, here are the latest numbers regarding the outages. Those numbers keep changing. It was 1.6 million, went up to 1.8. Now 2 million people across Florida without power, and we're hearing stories of people who lost power. They got trapped in their homes, and they posted their precarious position on social media. People making desperate pleas during desperate times. We're live in